What's up everybody and welcome back to Scorched Earth Gaming, doing a bit more Rogue Legacy here. I'm sure Kenny at the moment, a wizard archmage joke, but he's got the clumsy perk, which means everything he walks into breaks, but also he can't step on like wardrobes or dressers or anything like that. Kinda makes jumping around a bit more difficult sometimes, but sure, what can you do? I don't really like these kinds of rooms because they usually have enemies that can shoot through walls, and I hate these guys. This is actually the room where I figured out that I had the clumsy perk, because I was trying to bounce up on those bookshelves to avoid the enemies and I kept falling. It took me a few seconds to realize what was actually going on. That trait can actually get really annoying and cause some problems later on when you're low on health and you're trying to dodge. But it's fun to just like walk into shit and break it. Sometimes I love rooms with just like random loot in them with no actual enemies because you get free money really. And I'm not sure if I've seen this guy before in this playthrough, but those visionary guys are usually found in one of the harder areas like the tower or the, well, I'm not sure if it's called the tower in this actually. But there's the tower, the forest, and the depths. I'm not sure which one he's found in. Those eyeballs can be a real pain because they can shoot through everything. So there's no cover from them. Just gotta be really good at dodging. Like I'm not, clearly. I'm getting nailed out of it by that eyeball. Oh, and another one of Booyan's carnival games. There's two versions of his games, I think. There might be more. One of them is where you get like throw. You've got to hit targets that move up and down, and they get progressively faster. That one's hard. Going to ignore the fact that it's really freaky that there's a carnival and a clown inside of this evil castle. Clowns are freaky enough as it is without adding in castles full of monsters into the mix. Zombies are also a pain in the ass because they just pop out of the floor and they'll walk to the edge of a platform if you're lower than them and just keep walking at the edge like you saw in there. So it makes it difficult to jump up and actually hit them. And I killed myself in the fairy chest room. Was not paying attention to my health at all there. Not really a great selection of heirs to pick from at that time, but barbarians are okay. Also, I'm buying the stuff at the top so that I can unlock the rest of the upgrades, so that once I have all of the upgrades unlocked I can start decking myself out properly. Kind of wondering who stacks the barrels like that. I mean, is it the knights or the wizards? But you never know. Another one of these assistance shrines. Now that's actually a really good item. That lets you go up to Sharon at the gates of the castle and keep all of your gold for one go. So if I die here and instead of buying stuff go straight into the castle again, I'll have all the money I left here with. And here's a mini boss. Barrett and Helfos, I think. The Skelebros. They're a pain in the ass. It's kind of difficult to dodge their attacks sometimes, but if you get a rhythm, it goes pretty well. And now that I've defeated Barrett, Helfos has gotten angry and is chucking a lot more bones and a lot faster. So I'm trying to be a bit more careful by just hitting them with my giant sword, really. Ah, shit. This is a problem with some of these platforms, especially when you're trying to get into a room like this, because they just keep dropping you back down because you're entering the area straight away. There's a few different kinds of mini bosses, and each of them is quite difficult, but they grant you some good amounts of money once you beat them, and some items as well. Just there, I got some extra HP, and that's progress. That's like one of the first. I think that might be the first mini boss I've beaten in this playthrough. So, moving on up. Both literally and figuratively, it seems. I suck at dodging these guys, and I don't know why. They're so easy to dodge, but I always end up jumping into their fire. I do kind of need that potion of valor, but I'm not going to risk losing health to get it. Lots of paintings in this castle. I hate doing bosses, especially just the stronger ones that can like shoot magic at you. Definitely needed that help. There's a trait you can get as well called electrophobia, I think, where the chickens that you get out of drops are like alive and count as enemies. And you've got to kill them to get the health up. Pretty cool. And they don't spawn in as like living chickens. They literally just spawn in as the like a headless cooked chicken, and you start running around. Cause, you know, it's Rogue Legacy, why not? I hate these rooms so much. There's always spikes at the top, and there's always loads of enemies in them. And when there's wizards in them, it's the worst, because the wizards will float up just to just the same height as the spikes on the far side, so you can't hit them. But if you try to jump across, you'll end up bumping into them, losing health, or landing on the spikes, losing health. There are some spells that can go through walls, which can help in rooms like that, but unfortunately all I have is the giant sword, which is actually one of my least favourite spells. And here's a perfect example of what I was talking about with the wizards. They're both just sitting there shooting magic at me. And I landed on them. After the clumsy trait, sometimes it gets a bit difficult to get used to being able to stand on bookshelves again. I didn't last very long as Sir Kenny too, so that didn't really happen, but sometimes it does. Jumped there because I wasn't sure if I was at the right level to be hit by that firewall. Charites can really mess you up in this style of room. Because you can't stop because of the floor, but you can't keep going because the chariot will get you, so. That was one of the stronger versions of a Doom boss, as you can see from it shooting the blast at you. Didn't get through the castle again, but at least we managed to defeat a mini boss. I'm actually thinking of doing a few runs through the castle off camera, and then once I'm a bit stronger, making another video in this, just so it's not like loads of videos of the castle, just that. So I won't attack the boss or anything like that until on camera. Anyway, I've been Jack with Scorched Gaming, and this has been Rogue Legacy. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one.